Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Naomi, and today I have a really fantastic core focused practice for you. And this one is really specific for those of you that have diastasis recti and are trying to create some core repair. Now, before we even get started, I want to be really clear that there are many things that you can do to help support your healing and recovery if you have diastasis recti. As always, I think it's super important to talk to your primary caregiver, to whoever is looking after you when it comes to your postpartum healing, just to make sure that it is the right time for you to start doing this. And of course, I also always encourage seeking out professional help, talking to physical therapists and to people who specialize not only in postpartum recovery for your core, but also pelvic floor support, because these two tend to go hand in hand. Now, all of that said, this is also a really fantastic practice for those who just want to rebuild some core awareness and connection, whether you are postpartum or whether you are just feeling like, yeah, I don't really know how to connect to my core muscles. So I have something for you in this as well. So even though this is geared towards those who are recovering from birth and are recovering from an abdominal separation, diastasis recti, this is also really great for anyone who wants to reconnect a little bit more to core awareness and to have just a gentle and supportive core focused practice. So if all of that sounds like what you want to do for the next 14 minutes or so, well, let's get right into it and I will see you on the other side. So let's get started with some just good, solid breathing techniques to help you get more in touch with your core muscles. So what you can do, and I'm just lifting up my shirt so you can see where my hands are going to go, you can place your hands on either side of your hips. Okay, so I'm wrapping my fingers around the front of my pelvis, and I'm really holding on. You can dig in a little bit and find like the two pokey outy bones of your pelvis. Everybody has them, okay? It doesn't really matter how far in you need to dig. They're there, I promise. And your thumbs wrap around too. So you're really cuffing the front of your belly, okay? And the front of your pelvis. And all you're doing is breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. Now, as you breathe in, totally normal, natural breath in. As you breathe out, you're pulling your hands inward toward one another. Not to try to pooch your belly forward or press anything forward, more just to create like a closing effect. Like you're trying to wrap the sides of your pelvis around more and inward. Of course, you can't physically do that. That's not how your pelvis works. It's more of an energetic action. But it's just giving more of a container, more of stabilization toward your core, toward the center of your body, right? From the floor of your pelvis up to your shoulders. Okay, so in through your nose, out through your mouth, and that wrapping around quality. And you can keep going right now. I'm just going to give you a few more ways to think about it. One of the ways that I like to think about it is like I'm wrapping a coat around my body, right? As though I could wrap my arms around, or as though I'm hugging someone. So it's this arms around, hugging, wrapping quality. You could think of it also as though, I've heard it described another way as though there is a string attached to either side of your pelvis and you're pulling it forward, right? So it's like looped through. It's kind of a weird one, but if you can think of it that way, like you're pulling, right? And it's wrapping and pulling the back of your pelvis back and giving that wrapping quality. Okay. Now you can also feel this, and you can pause for a moment. You can try this on the floor with me. There's another way that you can feel it on your back. So if you come to lie on your back, okay, knees bent, feet on the floor, same idea. Your hands are on either side of your pelvis. You just feel it a little bit differently, and that as you breathe in, it's the same through your nose, out through your mouth, loudly, a little bit forcefully. And as you breathe out and you wrap around, what you will feel are the middle of your ribs moving down toward the floor. Now you can do this a few more times, right? Breathing in through your nose, out through your mouth, and again, feeling that wrapping around quality and your ribs moving back and down toward the floor. Okay, so just do that a few more times, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just one more time. Okay, and then you can just let that go for a moment. Another way that you can feel this is through a physical action, right? So you can pair the breathing exercise that you just did with an exercise using your legs. So you extend your right leg out, okay, and as you breathe in, right leg goes out. And as you exhale, wrap your hands around your left knee and pull it in towards your chest. Okay, and then as you switch, it's inhale, exhale, left leg goes out, pull your right knee in towards your chest. And you're doing this breathing, so I'm going to keep moving my legs just to cue you, legs wise. Inhale, and then exhale as you pull your knee in towards your chest. What you want to be really clear about as you do this is you're trying to keep your ribs still moving toward the floor. Okay, it's slow and steady. And you want to feel that wrapping around quality as you wrap your hands around your calf, around your shin, pull your knee tightly in,